Behave today. Hello, Facebook. I was just saying it's going to be a fab female founder fashion feel-good Friday. How about that for all the Fs? I hope everybody is feeling happy and well as we've reached the end of the week, and welcome to you if you're watching me on YouTube. Apologies for Wednesday. I was in my studios in London, and I would have thought in London my Wi-Fi signal would have been better, stronger than it is down in this very rural corner of the West Country, where often we can't even get a phone signal, let alone a bit of broadband. But no, it went down, so I'm really sorry about that. So we did manage to reload the Instagram live. It's the beauty of doing it multi-channel onto Facebook. So of course it's the wrong format. It'll come up that way, portrait rather than landscape. Same for YouTube, so apologies about that. Now, before I crack on with today's Feel Good Fashion Fabulous Fun Friday, I just want to remind everybody, if you haven't yet checked out YouTube, oh my goodness, there is a really stonkingly good film that went live yesterday that I recorded with Dr. Louise Newson, aka the Menopause Doctor. How much do we love her? And it's super fascinating because actually it's a much broader discussion than perimenopause or menopause or HRT even. It actually talks about the role of estrogen in our entire immune system. And that's for men as well as women. So it's really fabulous, and Louise is amazing, and she talks about her background and her degrees in immunology and her work with pathology and all of that. So, she is an amazing woman. As you know, I'm a big fan, and not only for her depth of knowledge on menopause and hormones, but also for so many other things. And of course, we were able to broaden this discussion out to talk about our immunity and our immune response overall, including, of course, things like COVID, very topical. And it's just amazing, and it's a must listen. So I hope that at some point over the weekend you will get a chance, if you haven't already, to head over to the Earle Wellbeing YouTube channel and have yourself a little listen. I've just seen actually on Facebook, Martha, who is manning Facebook today from my team, Martha has popped a link up to that on Facebook, so thank you very much, Martha. So I've got Martha from my team on Facebook, and also hopefully Lainey on Instagram as well. Those of you who are new to Instagram, big warm welcome here. There's only one rule, and that's positive vibes only. And I can't, unfortunately, link directly on Instagram. So I can on Facebook. That's what we do. Hi, Gigi. So what we do on Instagram is, if you go to my bio, which is my little round circle pic in the kind of main feed of Instagram, you'll see there's a few lines of blurb about me, and then at the bottom it says link tree. So that's like your magic tree. If you click on that, lots of links come up, but we can't load everything. So head to lizarwellbeing.com. That's the website. That is your mothership for all the links to podcasts, to articles. There's lots of downloads, there's free fact sheets, there's recipes, there's podcast links, there's you name it, it's all on there. Not forgetting discount codes. Yes, definitely. Lots of Liz Loves. In fact, there's a whole section now called Liz Loves. So if you miss something and want to check it out, then please go there. I've just had a couple of comments I can see about my lip gloss. My goodness, this is not just Fashion Friday, but Makeup Friday as well. So this is a Studio 10 lip gloss. Love it. Really love it, actually. It's a kind of peachy, corally, pinky, just a little bit of something, kind of goes with everything, and it just seems to moisturise as well, which I really like. I'm not sure if it's got a colour. Can't actually read that. It's too teeny weeny, the writing, I'm afraid. But I'm sure you will find it on their website. What's it? Oh, it's a balm gloss. That's why it feels so good. Lip Perfecting Balm Gloss. Lovely. Nope. Can't read that, very sorry. Anyway, we do have a Liz Loves, which gives us 20% off all single products on Studio 10. So not their kits or their sets, because they've already discounted those, so they're already really good value. But if you want to buy like a single lip gloss, or I think their mascara is really good, then head over to Studio 10. There you go. Right, let's crack on with some fashion, and I'm going to see, yeah, hi Patsy, it's Friday. We love that, don't we? Not just Friday, it's Friday. Good morning from Dublin. Hi Jane, very nice to see you. Hi Michelle. Right, so I'm hoping that we have Lavender Hill clothing with us. And I'm very excited about this because Lavender Hill clothing is a brand that I've supported for a long time, long before I even started the whole Liz Loves discount thing, and they're now part of it as well, which is even better. But it's a lovely fab female founder. Hello, Isabel.
Hi Liz, how are you?
I'm very well. You've got lovely blue sky behind you.
I know. I'm very well. We're very, very lucky, but I'm sure it might turn into rain a bit later.
No, let's keep the positive vibes. And you're in London, is that right?
Yes. We're just over in Fulham. So yeah, we're very lucky with the great weather at the moment.
Yeah, we super are, especially as everything opens up and we get to be outdoors. I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, but I was in London yesterday. I had a couple of appointments that I had to get up to with my youngest, and we had a break in between, and I was looking for somewhere for lunch, and you know, it was all kind of like sandwich bars, and I didn't really feel like that. And I spotted this little Italian restaurant in the West End, and they'd set up pavement tables, which obviously they wouldn't normally be able to do. And it was just so wonderful. We were quite late, so we were lucky. There were a lot of kind of, you know, suited business people having lunch, and I sort of strolled up at the end, and I said, "Oh, I don't suppose you've got room for two small ones, have you? Just at the end of your service?" Yeah. And they did, and we sat outside, and we had our hoodies on, and it did begin to drizzle. So we were eating pasta in the rain on the curbside with the traffic going by, but it just felt so good to be out.
Yeah, and also it's just about seeing other people out as well.
Yes, absolutely
it's really,
right.
Really nice.
And to be given a menu to look at and to have a chat with the waiter, I mean, it was just, it was great. So hopefully that good weather will continue. Yeah. Now, I have been so looking forward to this because I started looking at your brand, it must be, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. I don't know how long you've been going in London.
So I set up Lavender Hill at the end of 2013, but I think we initially started chatting in 2016 because you very, very kindly featured, I think, some of our socks in your lovely magazine.
I did.
Which is really great. So thank you.
Well, it just really struck me because I'm a great fan of buying less but better.
Yes.
And buying things that are properly ethically made. So, not cheaper Chinese imports that kind of fall apart, which is a false economy. I've got things in my wardrobe, including things of yours, which have lasted me for years, which wash and wear really well, which get kind of almost more comfortable with age. And I have lots of happy memories actually attached to bits of clothing. I don't want to have to be throwing clothes out because they've gone all bobbly or, they've developed holes and things. So what was your background then? Why did you decide to set up Lavender Hill clothing?
So I actually was working at Burberry when I had the idea, and I just saw a gap in the market for really great quality basics. And I just started doing a bit of research, actually. I ended up walking into about 100 different shops, and I just couldn't believe that you couldn't find a really great quality T-shirt that was always in stock.
Really true.
And also, the pricing was just, you could go buy a £5 one from the likes of Gap, or you could go spend £150 in somewhere like Harvey Nichols, but they still have the same problem. They would all be see-through, just they wouldn't have a great fit. And I've always had a passion for really great quality fabrics as well. So I just started researching the idea, and I just came across this incredible fabric. And I actually, one of the great USPs about us is that we manufacture everything ourselves. So we have a license with the company who produces all of our raw material. So we see the whole process. But from there, I just saw, I've always been very hands-on. And so I started developing really great soft fabrics. And started looking at fits and the shapes.
Everything is so soft. It's so beautifully made. And even with Lavender Hill, I mean, I'm wearing one of your T-shirts now. There's a little lavender velvet strip in the back of your shirts, which I love, which is just a kind of a cozy detail. And what I love about it, it doesn't have to be there. But you care about it and you put that in, that attention to detail. And it just it just gives me a bit of joy every time I see it. I just smile and I think, I bought something that's well made, that's ethical, that's, supporting a great female founder brand. I'd love to talk about some of your fabrics. Before I do that, I have got my latest order here, which I thought I would unbox with a lovely note from you inside. And what I also love, and again, it's another nice touch, that you don't have to do these things, but this is a great lesson, I think, in branding and in creating brand loyalty. Obviously, you've got lots of lovely lavender tissue, but everything smells good when you unwrap it. And that's because in the box, if I'm not giving away too many secrets here, you pop a little lavender soap.
Yes. Yeah, a little heart soap.
A little lavender heart soap, and everything smells so good when it comes out of the box. And I don't know, something about that. I just think that is so, it's just so darling, really. It's great.
Yeah, but it's just making it a little bit more special.
Yeah.
Because, we can now go back into shops, but we are a purely online business, and so we don't have that beautiful shop with the lovely furnishings. So it's a bit like, well, how can we make our parcels special so you know that you're getting something really great? So that's why we include it.
But it's not overpackaged either. That's the other thing. There's nothing wasteful, because I can't bear that when I get things and it comes in acres of plastic bubble wrap, or it's been rewrapped with, endless amounts of, plastic tape that I then have, break my nails trying to get off, and all of that. Anyway, let's dive in and we can start talking about a few of these things, because we do have the Liz Loves discount code, which we are very grateful for. So this, I think, was probably one of my first purchases from you.
Yes,
were
you're
your
right.
socks. Your socks, honestly, it's the simplest things, isn't it, which are so often the best. They are, you have a sock factory in England.
Yes, so they're based in Leicester. So initially, when I set up Lavender Hill, we were manufacturing probably 95% here in the UK. And I've always been really, really keen to try and keep manufacturing as local as possible. Yeah. And these socks are produced in Leicester. The factory is it's been going, I think, since I think it says on the packaging, I think it's like 1937.
1937, you're right. Producing the finest socks since 1937. We chose this factory due to its expertise in the industry and wanted to make sure that you enjoy the best quality product.
Yeah, and so they produce for all of all the tailors on Savile Row as well, and so they're just really great quality classic socks. Yeah. And they shouldn't fall down as well, which is always a plus.
Yes, they got the little kind of grippy bit up here, but it's not too tight either. I find some of them stop the circulation. Don't like that, but it's just enough grip to stay up without being too much. And I also love the fact that you have many more. You have cashmere socks, which I've got on my list for another time, merino wool, Egyptian cotton. There is that whole wide range and lovely colours. You're really clever with your colours. I guess maybe that was from your heritage at Burberry, working with top designs.
Yeah. Well, I just think, if you can bring a little bit of colour in, why not? I think this coming autumn we've got lots of different patterns as well. So keep an eye on the website.
Nice. So that's my socks. So the next thing that I ordered, which I am really excited about, is I'm doing a bit more exercising at home, a bit more kind of yoga stretching and that kind of thing. And I am always looking for a really well-made kind of bra top that I can either wear, just for gym or a bit of stretch. Or, if I get back into my little flimsy, floaty dresses, I actually like to have something that's a bit more supportive and a bit more kind of covering, if you like, underneath. So this is so soft, I can't even tell you. It's featherweight, but it's not sheer. You can see I can put my hand right the way through it there. You're not going to get any kind of gapping through there. And I have already tried this on, actually. It is super comfortable. This is a small, but it's quite generous. I would say. What size does this go up to, if this is a small? Have you got medium and large?
Yes, we do. Yeah, and that was actually also manufactured in Leicester as well.
Is it?
At one of our factories. Yeah, and it's made out of micromodal, which is well, it comes from beech trees, so it's well, it's all biodegradable, but also it just means it's incredibly soft. So you really do want it like close to your skin, and it's breathable.
Totally. You know, I would sleep in this actually. You know, I know especially some sort of larger bosomed ladies would like to sleep in a supportive bra, but doesn't have, you know, seams. It's not going to stick into you. And I remember being pregnant as well and breastfeeding and all of that, just really needing to have that comfortable support. You know, as we sleep. So, I mean, this, as I say, I'm a 36D, and this is a small. So I can imagine that your medium and your large is going to be quite generous because it really stretches. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's quite a natural, stretchy fabric, and then there's a little bit of elastic underneath.
For support.
Just to give you a bit more support because,
really nice.
You don't want to be, falling out.
Yeah, exactly. No, we don't want any wardrobe malfunctions.
No, exactly.
Talk to me about your fabrics. You talk about, this is micromodal, did you say?
Yes, that's right. So we tend to try and use quite a lot of new fabrics that are available on the market now, just because they tend to be a lot more sustainable.
Nice.
They have really great properties as well. So, for instance, it's all breathable. It retains water better. It accepts less strong dyes. It's all biodegradable.
Really,
but one of the main reasons why we use these new fabrics is because they're just incredibly soft and they wash well, and they shouldn't lose their shape either.
No, that's the thing. You know, your clothes do wash well, and I'm wearing one of your t-shirts now, which is a favourite shape of mine, and they don't bag. And you know, if I just show you, actually, this one is a real favourite. I love the colour. It's a sort of almost lavendery bluey colour.
Yes.
I like the neckline. I like the fact that it gives me coverage here. So for my upper arms, kind of the flabby bits here, which I like to cover up. And it's a little bit tailored, you know, without being too much. It just gives you that nice little bit of shape. So it's not like a baggy, straight down t-shirt, which is just so unflattering, I think. I find these so much more flattering to wear.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the reasons why I set up Lavender Hill, was just because, you know, there were all these t-shirts, but they were all so unflattering.
Yeah,
and
terrible.
Also, if you want, one of my my favourite product to buy are really great tailored jackets or really fun printed skirts. But I never could. I find a really great t-shirt to wear with it. So that was also another reason why I started researching the business. And so all of our t-shirts are all cut in slightly at the waist, and then they've got rounded hems, so you can wear them like tucked into a skirt, or you can wear them out with jeans. And it's just to give you a little bit of shape. I just think it's a lot more flattering. And then also with the different sleeve lengths as well, we've got lots of different options.
Yeah, I mean, I saw them. You've got them up here, little cap sleeves, which are really cute. You've got longer sleeves. You've got kind of, you know, regular t-shirt sleeve. I think this is possibly my favourite.
Yeah. I just think it's a really classic, elegant sleeve length as well.
Yeah, you can dress it up. You can dress it down. Good. Yeah.
Well, 100%. Yeah.
The other one that I like, this is a smaller one. This is something that I've got here for the summer, and this has got really pretty details. Look at that. I mean, that is just such a lovely, it's almost like a chambray, pale bluey. And do you see the detail of the stitching? So it's got this really pretty, almost like hand-done rick-rack style stitching on the edges here. These have been folded over and stitched. So the detail is really good, and I can feel it feels so soft. Yeah. And again, that's slightly tapered in, isn't it? It's slightly cut in.
Yeah, it just goes in slightly at the waist. We always just try and put a little twist on our t-shirts, because they are a very simple product. But you know, you wear them every single day, and we should make them as great as possible. So for instance, we've just got little stitching around the neckline and the hem, and we've done turned up sleeves as well, which is just a really flattering, flattering sleeve.
And I'm just looking to see, this is 100% linen.
Yes,
That's quite interesting. I haven't seen linen like this. This is almost like a t-shirt version of linen. The linen I think about is the stuff that creases terribly. And I kind of avoid it because I always look like a crumpled rag when I wear linen. But this is really lovely. It's got almost a stretchy linen.
Yes, exactly. We've done a lot of research into into our linen, and it's all produced for us in Europe, and it all washes really well.
Yeah.
I think it depends how you like to wear your linen. I would say you don't have to iron it, but if you wanted a really crisp look, I would definitely recommend to iron. But it shouldn't. I know exactly what you mean when it just you pull it out of the washing machine and it's this crumpled mess, and you're sort of
linen shirts, linen trousers,
right.
terrible. I look shocking in a pair of linen trousers. Honestly, I just look like I've slept in a hedge.
Liz, I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you look fantastic in absolutely everything. So.
Well, it's very kind of you to say, but it's not entirely true. Lastly, two more things. So this again, coming back to staples. And I have to say, I do think you are unbeatable when it comes for basics that last and last and last. Yeah. This is really cute. I mean, it looks nothing on. I mean, it looks like nothing just standing here like this, holding it. But when it's on, it's a really cute shape. And again, it's one of those comfy pieces. I wish you could feel it. So soft. And
that fabric is actually made out of lyocell, which derives from eucalyptus trees, which is one of the reasons why it feels so soft. But also,
I did not know.
It's got antibacterial properties to it as well. So we actually use it for our underwear as well. And it's a fantastic fabric.
Really soft. I know a lot of people with eczema and psoriasis and really irritated skin conditions like your fabrics, your lingerie, your t-shirts and things, your nightwear, because it is so comfy and it doesn't irritate the skin, sensitive skin.
Yeah.
I'm being asked what colour this t-shirt is that I'm wearing. I forget what colour it is.
It's called Folkestone Grey.
That's right, Folkestone Grey. And when I looked at it on the website, I thought, grey, I'm not sure, I want something a bit brighter than a grey. And then I looked at it and I thought, no, that's got a real kind of pretty bluey, purpley bluey tone to it. I love it.
Yeah,
I've actually got it in my curtains. Look, you see how well I match my curtains?
Yes.
Look at here.
Yes.
Sort of lovely purpley colour, really.
It's quite it's unique. We always try different colours as well, and I had all the different colours in front of me, and I just thought it's a really pretty, it's a bluey grey almost.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So it's not going to be harsh on your skin tone as well, because we also try and think about colours on skin tones, and so we do like a lovely cream colour, because a lot of people find white quite harsh. And then a light grey as well. But so it's just about thinking
that softness, isn't it? Which is really just so easy to wear. Sometimes I'll go into a shop or look at something online and I'll think, well, that's a really pretty shape or design, but the colours are just too hard.
Yeah.
I would feel that the clothes were wearing me rather than me wearing the clothes. I want things that just feel really natural, just like kind of part of me that you can forget about. So which size am I wearing? I'm pretty sure I'm wearing a small.
Yes, so we tend to put all of our sizing down on your waist, because I have the theory that you don't want to be reminded of your size every time you put on clothes.
That's so thoughtful. Don't you love that? Yeah, this is a small.
Which is a size 10.
Yeah. But actually, it goes up and down. I mean, my girls knit my clothes too, and they're different sizes. And actually, talking about the bra top, I know that Lily, who is definitely not a D cup, she loves these because even if you're really smaller, busted, it just gives you that kind of something that's there, because you haven't got the cups in there. You're not trying to squeeze yourself or fill something artificially, if that makes sense. And then last but not least, I can't wait to be wearing these this weekend. Super, super soft. bottom halves. Honestly, it's like the holy grail, isn't it? Trying to find a really good pair of bottom half, soft, comfy trousers that are not jogging bottoms, not like sweatpants.
Yeah.
That you can wear around the house. Again, I've got these. These are a size small. I love the fact that they are that lovely, really flattering dark navy.
Yeah.
I always try and wear darker colours on my bottom half because it's bigger than my top half. And then you've got this drawstring, really pretty lavender satin ribbon to drawstring.
So we always try and bring in the lavender colour, within our products wherever we can. And with the trousers, I completely agree with you. I think, when you're, you can go for the very relaxing loungewear, which is tracksuit bottoms and a big jumper. But there's also, I feel like, when you want to go home, when you are at home, sometimes you want to be a little bit more elegant.
Elegant but comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what these are, totally. I'll wear them over the weekend and I'll post a picture.
Yeah, let me know.
A picture sort of probably lounging on the sofa with a dog or two that aren't supposed to be on the sofas. But anyway.
But they always end up there.
They do like cozying up. And I like the bottom as well. It almost just gives a teeny weeny flare. It's, which again is really flattering to wear. They're not too skimpy. Really good. Now, tell me how the last year has been for you, because I know you've done incredible work also making masks for disadvantaged women and refugees and children in your local community particularly, which I thought was an amazing initiative.
So last year I think we all sort of ended up in lockdown and was a bit like, what on earth is going on here? And I think I was just reading the news, and I saw that loads of people had started making PPE at home. And I sort of thought, wow, that's fantastic. But also, they're only going to be able to make a certain amount, and I've got all of these contacts within the industry. What can I do to help? And so I just started researching. I just started chatting to a couple of different factories to see if they could start helping to make medical PPE. And I was pretty much told very, very quickly that there was one roll of fabric in the UK, and it was not going to be coming to Lavender Hill. And so I just started thinking, right, well, what else can we do? And actually, the company that I have a license with over in Austria said, well, have you thought about producing face masks? Because we see, over here, we've been told that this is what we need to wear every single day. So I just asked for a couple of samples to be made up, and I received the samples. And then when I had the samples in front of me, I had a call from a customer. And I think she said that she was 84 and she hadn't been out of the house for 8 weeks. And I just thought, oh my gosh, right, we've got to do something. This is crazy. And I just started thinking about how the pandemic had hit lots of different people, and a lot of people live by from paycheck to paycheck, and it must be absolutely awful. And so I just decided, right, let's start producing some face masks. And at the same time, we're going to partner with a charity. And this charity is going to distribute them throughout the local borough of Battersea. Because we're obviously named Lavender Hill after Lavender Hill in Clapham. We wanted to support our local community. And we just... I just can't explain the experience we had. When I had started selling the face masks, I only bought in 100 packs because it was a big gamble, because over here in the UK, no one had even started talking about face masks for the general public. And literally overnight, the demand just went sky high.
And what you cleverly did was, for every face mask pack that everybody bought from you, you donated another pack, didn't you, to the disadvantaged within the community who couldn't afford to buy them. And just such lovely quality, if you've got to wear. If you've got to wear them, at least try and wear lovely ones that look pretty and wash really well, don't contain all the microplastics.
Exactly, and they all came in little, well, they all do come in little cotton pouches as well.
Sweet.
So, you know, it's about keeping them in your handbag and then taking them on and off, and you know you've got somewhere safe and secure to put it. And they've all got an antibacterial finish as well. So it's not antiviral, but it's just, you know, it's if you were to maybe pop it in your pocket or somewhere, it's going to keep it like cleaner.
So what's next for you now, moving forward the rest of this year, now that we enter a brighter space?
So we've got lots of fantastic new linen t-shirts coming in, lots of different colours, and luckily we're just online, so we're just continuing to grow there. We're going to start to expand our nightwear range in the autumn, and also expand our colour options as well. But I'm always, you know, Lavender Hill is very much about what the customer wants as well. So if any of the lovely watchers here have any need or want or have any
my goodness, you'll be hearing everybody's very vocal with an opinion. So be careful what you wish for there.
But we can't get better if we don't know. So please do make some recommendations if you would like.
That's so great. That is so great. Well done. Honestly, I have to say, you know, I am hugely in awe and full of admiration for any female founder. I know what it's like to walk that path and how difficult it is, and especially in the times that we're in at the moment, and having survived the pandemic and come through kind of stronger than ever. And I think this is when people can also develop brand loyalty. And really buy into an authentic company that, you know, they want to support because they are supporting others. You know, you're supporting British jobs, you're using great fabrics, you're caring for the environment, you're giving back to your community, you know, all those ethical, responsible.
And as we grow, we're going to continue to do that. I think we've got some really exciting plans, and I actually also want to take this time and just say thank you so much, Liz. As we chatted earlier, you're a huge inspiration to so many business owners, and thank you also for shining a light on smaller businesses.
You're so welcome. A couple of little questions here. Do you ship overseas?
Yes, we do. We are all over the world.
Great.
We're very lucky. We've got some really great shipping partners as well. So
lovely. Well, I wish you huge good luck with it all. Thank you so much, and thank you very much for our discount. We do have 10% off everything at Lavender Hill with Liz Love. So thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Stay in touch. Have a lovely weekend. I shall be wearing your clothes all weekend.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Okay,
bye-bye. Bye. You need to, that's it, click off. Oh, yeah, supporting small businesses. You know, that's what it's really about. And, you know, what I've loved doing here with Liz Loves especially is being able to invite the founders on. So you can hear it literally from the horse's mouth, as it were. You know, what led them to do what they do, the ethics behind how they're producing things, the thought and the love and the care that goes in. And it just gives you that feel-good factor, doesn't it? You know, if you've got to buy a T-shirt or a pair of socks from somewhere, you know, choose somewhere that is you're going to make a difference. You're going to make a difference and have an impact on real lives. And also get something that you can enjoy, that's good value, that's well made, that makes you feel good. It has to be a win-win, doesn't it? Now, talking about good fabrics and keeping them looking good, I just want to give a quick mention here to another great female founder brand, which is Total Wardrobe Care. I don't know if you heard, but I did a fascinating Instagram live. It was a while back now with Total Wardrobe Care and talking about the life cycle of moths. In particular, the sex life of moths, which is more fascinating than you might imagine. And the only trouble with these critters, and we are coming into moth season apparently, is that they are pesky munchers that eat their way through all the best stuff. They love cashmere, wool, fine cotton, silks. You know, they like the good stuff, unfortunately. And the Total Wardrobe Care little environmentally friendly pellets that you can get, and you put them in your wardrobe, and I've used these for years, having lost way too many precious things to moth holes. And they are absolutely brilliant. And if you haven't already investigated it, I totally, 100%, wholeheartedly, I'm not being paid to say this, but I think Total Wardrobe Care, the moth decoys, which you get, I think this is my moth decoy here, which has a little pellety thing in it. I might actually be able to open it up to show you, or actually maybe my pellets are in something else. But it's a really, really great system, and it's used in historic palaces, it's used in all the museums, the V&A and the Natural History Museum and all of that, where they can get real problems with moths, you know, eating priceless things that are irreplaceable. So if you're looking at protecting the coronation robes, for example, you know, there is only one set, and, you know, woe betide anybody who lets the moth in to start eating that. And of course, it's not the moth, it's the larvae that eat it. But really fascinating. We will put information up on LizEarleWellbeing.com. Seriously worth the investment. I'm on a subscription plan. I mean, I've bought these things for years, and I think every 3 months I get a new little pellet that I just pop into my wardrobe, and I have no issues with moths. And the other thing that they do is they have these lovely essential oil hangers. And this one, I'm sitting here, it's smelling absolutely lovely here. This is the Mei Chang Blend. And it's got Mei Chang, which is like a little white flowered, almost like a pepper plant, if you can imagine, or a pepper tree. And they distill the essential oil from that. And this is Mei Chang Lavender, Cedarwood, which of course is traditionally used to protect fine clothes, patchouli, laurel, rosemary, thyme and clove bud. And it is really good, and it also helps to deter the moths. Doesn't stop them breeding in the same way that the little pellet does, but it smells good and it just deters them from kind of flying around. The other one that I like, although I don't quite like it as much, is the Cedarwood Blend. This is kind of a bit more masculine, so maybe if you're looking for something to hang in a guy's wardrobe, this would be good. This is Cedarwood Lemongrass, Mei Chang Fir, thyme, rosemary and clove bud. Yeah, that's really, kind of has a really nice man's aftershave-y sort of smell, which is good. So anyway, we have a Liz Loves discount on everything at Total Wardrobe Care, so highly recommend those. Talking of essential oils, did you see my little film on Instagram? So I was back on this morning, earlier this week. Gosh, what day was it? Tuesday, I think it was. They keep messing about with my days, so I have to remember. I'm supposed to be on a Wednesday, but last week I was on a Monday, and then this week I was on a Tuesday. Next week I'm back on again on a Monday, but anyway, I'll come to that in a minute. But one of the things that I did was I made this little thing, which is an essential oil room spray. So this, oh, I love the smell. And I did a little, what they call a reel on Instagram, which is apparently the new hot trendy thing that everyone has to be doing. So it's like, okay, I'm going to try this. So it's just a little 30-second video, which is quite fun. They're quite kind of funky and a bit modern. And you choose a music track to go with it. So they're quite uplifting, they're quite poppy. So take a look if you haven't already seen that. So this, I used 3 of my favourite oils in a blend. I used Neroli, of course, orange flower. I used rose scented geranium. I mean, I love using rose oil, but it is ridiculously expensive. So I kind of keep that if I'm using a blend for my skin. But if I'm going to spray it around in the room, there's no way that I'm going to use pure rose oil. But rose-scented geranium, the pelargonium, is actually a really good kind of close second to rose. So I mixed that with the, what was the first one? Neroli, and then frankincense. And there's something special about frankincense in a room spray. So frankincense, if you think about it, has been used for thousands of years. It's very churchy, isn't it? And the reason that they burn it in, you know, churches and temples and all those kind of places is because it really induces this kind of sense of calm and almost a meditative, contemplative state of switching the brain off. I'm sure there have been studies done showing the properties of frankincense and what happens with your brain, because it really does help induce just a feeling of, oh, let's just all let everything go and become calm. So I mix that. So I mix 4 drops of each, frankincense, rose-scented geranium and neroli, and then put that in that's about 400 mils of water in a little spray bottle. And you just need to shake it, because obviously oil and water don't mix, so give it a good old shake. And then, you know, you're not having to buy expensive, horrid, synthetic fragrances. You can keep one in the loo, which is really good for obvious reasons, or just spray it around you. And I vary mine all the time. So I use ones, you know, seasonally at Christmas. I'll make festive ones, maybe that have a little bit of fir or pine with a little bit of orange, bit of cinnamon. You know, I just love the whole world of essential oils, as you know. There's just so much that we can do with those. So do check that one out. And actually, talking of Neroli essential oil is one of my favourite essential oils. So the reason I love Neroli as a scent is it's that really lovely hybrid between being fruity and fresh, because it's orange blossom, so it comes from the orange tree. So you get that orange zestiness, but it's a softer smell. It's not like a kind of pungent, zesty, zingy orange. It's softened because it's the flower. And it's a little bit like jasmine in that it's tiny little white flowers that just smell amazing. Oh my goodness, what I wouldn't give to be walking through a beautiful Neroli orange blossom grove at the moment, smelling it, preferably somewhere like on the Amalfi Coast. Yeah, are you with me on this one? Totally. But of course, if you surround yourselves with those smells, then you do get a sense of that. And I find it really uplifting. I love it. You know, back in my beauty company days, I would often use Neroli, and that very much came from me in my direction, because I just love the Neroli smell, and which is why, actually touching my necklace, I have the little Neroli flower. This was the first piece of jewellery that I ever designed. So yeah, really interesting, isn't it? Just to see what the Neroli flower looks like. There's because it is botanically correct. When I was creating my jewellery, I just wanted to have everything that wasn't just a kind of vague, splodgy representation of a flower, but actually was authentic. So if I show you, that's what the Neroli, well, you can see it there close up. That's what the Neroli flower looks like. And it's kind of almost like a bluebell. You can see the really pretty little stameny things. And that's a little orange flower leaf there that's holding it onto the chain, that it moves around. It's not static, so you can move it. And then at the bottom, if you see here, it has also the little orange flower leaf. This little clip here has my hallmark, because they're 24 carat fair trade gold vermeil, either the rose gold or the yellow gold. So that has the LE hallmark, which is exclusive to me. And you have your little orange flower leaf, and it's adjustable. I don't know if you can see on there, but there are 3 different little rings, so you can wear it at different lengths. And it is slightly flat on the back. I remember one lady bought hers and she sent it back saying it was bent. And it's like, no, it's meant to be like that. So it's actually slightly flatter on the back, so it sits nicely. You know, what I don't like is having pendants or jewellery. I need to raise this up a little bit, shorten mine, that twist. This is designed to sit flat against your skin like that. Anyway, the reason that I mention it is that there is, but only for a very short period of time, 25% off. So there's a £45 saving. So if you're looking for something special, maybe for the summer, I don't know, maybe you've got weddings, maybe as bridesmaids gifts, that kind of thing, because Neroli is the symbol of love and friendship. So that's why they throw orange blossom at weddings, particularly in Italy. They'll pick up baskets of orange flowers. Can you imagine? A wonderful Italianate church and just throwing all these amazing blossoms around. Oh, heavenly. So that's the folklore behind it. It's the symbol of love and fertility and friendship and compassion. So it's just such a lovely thing. Anyway, this is running out. The offer ends on the 30th of April. So just to let you know that. But you'll see that. If you've got your magazine, of course, you will see that, because that's on the opening page. This magazine is March and April. So, of course, we're running up to the end of April. We do still have just a very, very small number of subscription gifts left. If you want to subscribe, you'll find that over on lizearlewellbeing.com. You can still, if you want this issue, you can get it. But if you want to subscribe, if you're new, you can also start with the new one. The new issue will be May, June, which will start to go out at the end of April, beginning of May. So I'm literally printing it at the moment. It's very exciting. It's always a bit nerve-wracking because, you know, you read through things. And I was talking to my managing editor actually last night on the phone, and she said, oh, I've just delayed the print. Haven't actually gone to press yet because I spotted a typo. Oh my goodness. So it's like, oh my goodness. And, you know, I think about 6 of us have read the entire magazine, literally from cover to cover, and there are always things, well, you hope not, but there are always things that slip through. I mean, it wasn't a major typo, it was just the repetition of a word. on the first page on the credits. So, you know, anyway, we picked it up. So that went. But yeah, hopefully that will all be going to bed, as they say in the printing world, very, very soon. A couple of last questions here. Just before I go, yes, travel wrap. There's been quite a bit of chat here about travel wrap. I will maybe post some of my pictures of travel wrap over the weekend, and maybe I'll show you mine on Monday. Love travel wrap, another really great British fashion brand. I went up to Howick, is that how you say it, in Scotland, and actually watched them make the finest cashmere, hand weaving it into these beautiful, beautiful wraps. Who has got a travel wrap? I mean, they are just amazing. I started having them bought for me, I would say, because they are quite pricey, years ago, and I still wear my original ones. My original one is a blue one with Ellie embroidered on it, which of course Lily steals, because she goes, well, it's Ellie, you know, Lily Earle. It's like, no, actually, it's Liz Earle, but never mind. And they are lovely. I've got probably half a dozen now, because that was always my go-to for Christmas or birthdays. Actually, I've got a birthday coming up. There's a good reminder. Saying, you know, what would you like? I said, oh, just have a little look at the Travel Wrap website, because they've got ones with very fine amounts of glitter if you want something a bit glam for the evening. They've got really lovely thick ones if you're going to be spending time sitting outdoors, you know, wrapped up, perhaps outdoor dining at the moment. They are just great. They go with me everywhere. So love Travel Wrap. Big shout out to them. And we do have Liz Loves, which gives us 10% off. So thank you very much to them. The last little shout out here, gosh, this is only valid until the end of April as well, is Mandarina shoes. So while we're on the subject of fashion, if I stand up, you can see I'm actually wearing mine. Can you see? I'm going to have to hitch my skirt up. Oh, can you see that? There is my shoe. Well, it's a boot, actually. Let me come around this way. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to take it off, because it's not very elegant, is it, to be sat here. But I love these. I have worn these to death. The quality is really, really good. Again, we have 10% off, I think, Mandarina. Yes, we do. So that's only until the end of April. And what I love about her things, and I did a lovely live with her, with the founder of Mandarina Shoes, is all the different tapestries and linens and silks and things that she makes her shoes out of. So she'll get a batch of fabric, like a really beautiful linen, and she might only make 20 pairs of pumps. So, you know, you're not going to see them on everybody. So if you're beginning to think about, oh, I've got a special occasion, there's a wedding, there's a, you know, outdoor party, something like that, then seriously check them out, because they are lovely. Again, it's a female founder-led brand. Love it. They make them properly. They're made to last. I have lived in these little boots. I don't think I've worn anything else virtually for the last few months. Really well made. My skirt is actually, it's an old one. It's from good old Marks and Spencer's. Yeah, nothing really special, but I like it. I think that I don't know if they still make it. There was a link on Liz Loves. So if you like any of the things that I wear, if you see them on my Instagram or in the magazine or whatever, if you go to Liz Loves on the website, there is a whole section now called, I think it's Liz Loves to Wear. And it's all the outfits. So lots of dresses, you know, if you think, oh, that lavendery dress that Liz was wearing, or that yellow dress with the little print on that she was wearing. I think, when was I was wearing that actually. I'm just seeing my Annie Sloan jug in the background here. I was wearing that last Friday, Fashion Friday. That was an Oliver Bonas dress. So we try and just put them on the website with links. So sometimes we can get a Liz Loves discount, and we add that in there if we can. So yeah, there is a discount for Annie Sloan. So this is the end of my jug, by the way. I started this last week, and then it's been finished. Look at that. So super easy. I never would have thought in a million years that I would have been able to paint a jug and actually like the results, you know, because I thought it would end up just looking like something one of my younger children had brought home. But no, I think this is rather elegant. I'm quite pleased with this. So I've yet to wax it. I actually quite like the chalk finish. This is kind of like the nice matte finish. Anyway, Annie Sloan has given us a discount again on all her lovely chalk paints. But I think that also runs out at the end of April. So if you fancy doing a bit of painting, then let me just look up Annie Sloan. 15%. Okay, on Annie Sloan paints. But I'm fairly sure that runs out. Anyway, we will probably pop some more bits and pieces on social media so you can have a look. But I just love chatting to her and discovering that you can paint anything. In fact, I caught up with a girlfriend not that long ago, and she said, oh, I saw your bit with Annie Sloan. She said, I had no idea that you could paint kitchen tiles. So she said, I've got these old kitchen tiles that I really don't like the look of. And I was thinking, gosh, I'm going to have to hack them all off and, pay for somebody to come in, buy a whole load of new tiles, pop them all up. But you can just paint them. Isn't that genius? So I'm totally sold. You can paint plastic, you can paint glass, metal. You can, just have like plastic pots in the garden, which you could then paint. And she had so many really good ideas, actually. I have become a big fan, a bit of a secret stalker, actually, of Annie Sloan. And I just love the way that she teaches us how to do like little splodges. So you don't have to be a really amazing artist to, do stuff. You can just do something really simple like that and transform things that you can buy, when we're back out doing things like car boot sales or charity shops. You can get china and mugs and all of that have got some really kind of naff design on, and you can recreate it into something amazing. What a really lovely holiday project. If you've got kids home for the Easter holes, what's left of them, or perhaps thinking about half term or summer coming up, grab yourself a kit. I totally am doing that, because it just to sit there therapeutically painting in such a simple way to create lovely things. You could do a whole set of little dishes, little serving dishes for outside. You could just recycle jars for vases. You could, the sky's the limit, really. I'd love to hear suggestions on what you're doing with your Annie Sloan paints, because really, really, really good. In fact, thank you. I can just see Annie is in the magazine. Thank you, Jane, for reminding me. Let me just show you. If you've got your magazine, if you've got your current issue, there is a piece with Annie where she talks about all the different things. There's also a couple of competitions. This is great. I hope you've entered this. Win an amazing mammoth mattress. Oh my goodness. Worth up to £2,000. How cool is that? You've got to be in it to win it. It's a free competition, so just pop your name on. And you never know. Somebody's got to win it, yeah? It can't be me, because I'm not allowed to enter, but there you go. Right, there we go. So this is page 99, reuse or renew. So there she has just painted some really ordinary plastic chairs, and she talks about how to do it. Here she's painting garden furniture and lampshades. She's upcycling furniture. Those are the tiles. How cool is that? Bathroom tiles, all sorts. So she talks about exactly how to do it and what to get. So yeah, and you can go to anniesloan.com if you want more information on that. And we do have that 15% discount, Liz Loves. So don't forget, your Liz Loves is always in capitals and it's all one word. By the way, sorry, it's not that discount for the Neroli necklace. Neroli necklace, because that's run by my jewellery team, is actually different. So if you want to get the discount 25% off Neroli, then you need to use the code Neroli. Easy. Neroli, Neroli at the checkout, and that gets you your discount off that. Right, that is just about it for today. Let me check a couple of messages. Shirley on Instagram, love the jumper in your last live. Lovely colour. Where's it from? I think that was probably the kind of browny orangey one, maybe, that I was wearing on Wednesday. That's an old one. That's J. Crew. Do you know the American brand, J. Crew? That is where that is from. Another question here about the glutathione. That was interesting, wasn't it? Oh my goodness, loads of you grabbing the Youth and Earth discount on that. Are the Youth and Earth glutathione capsules as good as the liquid? I think they are, because they're liposomal, so it's all about having liposomes. I just find the liquid easier to swallow, and it will be absorbed faster because you haven't got to wait for the capsule to break down. And I give it to my youngest, who just turned 11, and he's not great on capsules. So I just find that the mango flavoured liquid for the glutathione works better for him. Okay, lots of chat coming in on menopause, obviously, that series I did on YouTube. This is from Lindsay on YouTube. Thank you very much for commenting, Lindsay. You say, thank you, Louise and Liz. You have changed my life in such a positive way, and in turn, I've been able to help others. Isn't that so great? That's what it's all about. I use this analogy often. When you find good things, particularly for the sisterhood, it's like a baton in a relay race. I will hand you the baton, okay, of information, and you have to run with it and pass it on. That's the deal, okay? That is the deal here. When you find helpful, useful things, you share them, you pass it on, because that's the way we affect change. That's the way we can help other women to help themselves. Penny on YouTube says, to be honest, I've listened to this estrogen podcast 4 times to take in every bit of it. Amazing. If only the word can spread quicker. Both of you should be awarded for your commitment and life-changing information. Thank you so much for sharing all of this. Do you know, I know what you mean, Penny. I have to go back and re-listen to them because I learned so much from Dr. Louise every time. And every time she's like throwing out new stuff. Did you see her Instagram this morning? Oh my goodness. She said this, and I've heard it before, but it was great to see her repeat it on her Instagram. She said, why is there just so much negativity about HRT when it's safer than Viagra? Okay, let that sink in for a minute. We have to struggle as women to replace our natural hormones that give us so many health issues, sometimes life-threatening, life-changing. And just to be able to get something that's evidence-based and totally safe and totally trusted, particularly the new forms of transdermal estrogen, which is shown to lower the risk of breast cancer. Okay, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. Okay, I'm not going to, because I've been talking for nearly an hour. We're going to do that another day. But when you look at the risks and the benefits, and you look at how easy it is, Viagra you can buy over the counter. You just go into your chemist and get Viagra, and yet there are more health risks associated with Viagra than there are for HRT. What does that tell you about the state of female healthcare? It's a shocker. Anyway, there are things happening behind the scenes. You just wait, watch this space. There are big things that will be happening next month particularly, so I am very excited for the way that we're going to do this. And lastly, this is anonymous, so I don't know who left this or what platform it was left on, but she says, a very informative chat, thank you, on YouTube. Got my HRT patches today, starting tomorrow. Thank you for all your hard work in helping women like myself make informed choices to be able to move forward with their menopausal symptoms. Yeah, you got it in one, haven't you there? Informed consent, informed choices, that's what we need. And hopefully a great way ahead. So on that positive note, I shall love you and leave you. It is Friday, so that means there's a brand new Friday 5. Those of you who love Zana Morris and strong nutrients and hearing more about high-fat ways to lose weight, please tune in to this week's Friday 5, because I invited her back on to talk about that very thing. I've also got our newsletter that will go out this afternoon, so I do hope you're signed up to that, the Earle Wellbeing newsletter, totally free, comes out every Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock. We press the button and it goes out. So if you're on the list by 4 o'clock, you will get the copy. Do check your spam and junk folders, because a lot of them have been ending up there. How very rude. And you won't want to miss it, because there's lots of good things for the weekend. And then just to say that I'll be back live with you next Monday morning, all being well. I will be live on This Morning. So I'm not sure whether Holly and Phil are back from the Easter break, or whether it's Eamon and Ruth, or Dermot and Alison. I'm not sure. I've been talking to all of them recently. But I will be live on Monday morning talking about some good stuff that you're not going to want to miss, especially if you are having a drink or two this weekend. So that's a bit of a clue. And then I'll be doing my Instagram live back here on Monday lunchtime. So a busy day on Monday, but lots going on over the weekend. I hope you enjoy the podcast. I hope you enjoy the newsletter. I hope you enjoy everything on YouTube, especially if you have a moment. Do check out that one on estrogen and the immune system that went live yesterday. So I send you lots of love. Thank you. Thank you for all the hearts. Sending you hearts back. Lots of hearts. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you soon. Bye.